This podcast is going to be permanent because it's about 5 questions on tattoos with tattoo artist Kyle Evans from Michigan. This is Trivia with Buds. What it be? And welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Happy Monday. Hopefully you got a great week lined up ahead of you, and maybe you're in to permanent ink all over your body. And if you are, that's perfect, because today's episode is all about tattoos. Now, I personally don't have any tattoos. I do think about getting them as I get older, which is kind of weird because it was something I thought I would have wanted to do more like 18 to 25. But as I'm getting into my 30s here, I'm like, what would I get on my arm or my wrist or the middle of my chest and things like that? And I don't really have any solid ideas yet, but I do want some sort of family thing. I kind of had this idea the other day. I was like, what if all 4 of us so far in my family, my wife, my son, and my daughter, when they got older, if we all got the same tattoo? But that would be like 20 years down the line. So I don't know if that's going to be the case. I also don't know if I'll still ever get one. Nobody in my family really has one. Even in my immediate family, I don't even know. I guess I have a few cousins with tattoos, but nobody in my core family has any ink. We're just not that kind of family, I guess. I don't know. But the idea does tickle my fancy from time to time. So if you're into tattoos, today's episode is all about them. We got 5 quick questions with a real-life tattoo artist. His name is Kyle Evans, and you can follow him on Instagram if you want to see his amazing art, Kyle Evans Tattoo. He's based out of Ferndale, Michigan, and he does some really cool artwork. I'm looking at it right now. He does really cool, unique, like faces coming out of faces, heads coming out of heads. I don't know how else to describe it. You really have to see the pictures. Go to Kyle Evans Tattoo on Instagram and see some of these really cool characters. We talk about it on the show, but he's got this one where it is like Danny DeVito thinking about Phil from Hercules, the voice he did, the character. And so Phil is kind of coming out of his cranium at the top. So check that out. It's very cool. I got some crazy stuff going on this week. We are in the process of trying to move from the rental house we're in now to a different rental house. And we can't do that until somebody wants to move into this one because our lease isn't up until May. But somebody's coming to look at our house today, so we're looking at some new houses this week just in case. A little bit further east than we live now in the Fontana, California area, which is where our grandma lives, and we're over there all the time anyway. And it's a little bit cheaper to live, so that's what we're trying to do to save up for a house in 2019. I am doing some fun stuff this week. I'm actually right after I record this, I'm headed out to Santa Clarita, California, to a brand new trivia location called Telco Brewery. It's a play on the word like telecommunications because the guys that started it both used to work at AT&T, I believe, or Telcom or something like that. So doing some trivia out there today. It's the first one. It'll be every Sunday from 3 to 5 p.m. if you want to play out there with me. You can always see all my trivia locations at triviawithbuds.com. Just click on the locations tab and scroll down and find all the info that you need. Also doing 2 Fridays in Riverside, including this Friday and next Friday. If you want to play trivia and bingo with me in Riverside, California, you can play at Route 30 Brewing, 7 p.m. this Friday and next Friday. Some more special events and fun stuff coming up in the weeks to come. And if you're a brand new listener and you want to support the show, go to patreon.com/triviawithbuds. Throw $1 just to get a little thank you on every episode in the show notes and sometimes from the recording in my voice. And also you get access to our Discord app chat. Discord is like a gaming service for chatting. It kind of lets you create your own AOL chat room, but more modern. And I throw stuff in there almost every single day, different puzzles and pictures and things going on in my life. And the listeners and patrons do the same. So it's pretty cool. Also, if you join the Patreon page at the $10 or more tier this month in January only, you're going to get a free Funko home video t-shirt from a bunch of different 80s movies like RoboCop and Fast Times at Ridgemont High and Gremlins. So I have a bunch to choose from. They are like a VHS tape box, and inside the box is a t-shirt. in different sizes based on whatever size you want. So get one of those if you join at $10 or more, plus a bunch of other cool stuff at the $10 level and below. And if you up your subscription from, let's say, the $3 level to the $10 a month level, you'll get that shirt for free as well. So check all that fun stuff out at patreon.com/trivia with buds. Without any further ado, we're going to jump into this episode with Kyle Evans' tattoo on tattoos. Here we go. Sitting here on a phone call with my buddy tattoo artist Kyle Evans of Kyle Evans Tattoo on Instagram. What's up, Kyle?
Hey, Ryan.
How you been, man? How you surviving the winter there in Michigan?
I love the winter in Michigan.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Very cool. You guys doing a lot of sledding and things?
Oh, yeah. Me and the wife just went skiing this weekend.
Very cool. You and Anna have listened to the show for probably, the last year or so?
Yeah, we started listening right before it switched to the daily format.
Oh, very cool.
And I listen on every day on my way to work.
Awesome. You guys were actually kind of featured on the show, I want to say about 6 months ago or so, because you asked me to write some questions for your spouses for like a double birthday party. So I wrote some questions, sent them to you guys, and you actually recorded one of the rounds, and I used it as an episode from one of the daily shows sometime in the last 6 months.
Yep.
That was pretty cool. How did that party go overall?
It's hard to say. I drank quite a bit.
Very good.
But yeah, it went really great. It was Friends-themed.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. What's your drink of choice over there in the Midwest when you want to get shit-faced?
We're big craft beer drinkers over here.
Oh, man. That's
just local beers.
That's my whole life. Every place I host trivia at is mostly breweries, and they're all like, here, try this. Take this home. This is free. Here's this keg. Here's this keg. And I'm like, what? So it's hard. I'm trying not to drink this month of January. I did like the first more than half. I think I made it to December 20th. Without drinking.
Well, good job.
Yeah, I did like Thanksgiving, like the whatever that was, the 22nd or something, to like the 20th. So that was almost a full month. And then I'm going to try and do the whole month of January as well. I always lose a bunch of weight, and I feel more productive. So I feel like I should kick the year off that way. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I should probably do that too. But.
It's hard to turn down a craft beer, and it's cold. What else are you going to do? Come on. Now, you are a tattoo artist. How long have you been doing that for?
I've been tattooing for 4 years now, or 4.5-ish.
Gotcha. And you've always been a pretty good artist on pen and paper, and then you just decided to take it over to the skin. Is that how it works?
Yeah, I've been drawing all my life, and then once I figured out that it was like something that was possible to do, and I could draw every day, and it would be a viable career, I just hit the ground running with it.
That's awesome. And what is the coolest thing you've done this year? I was looking at your Instagram profile. There's a lot of, is that a style of yours where you do like a character's head with something jumping out of it?
Yeah, I like to do those. I like to do like surreal takes on pop culture and things like that. This year I got to do.
There was a really cool Danny DeVito.
One of the engineers from...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. I was cutting you off. You got to do one of the engineers?
It was one of the engineers from Prometheus with a xenomorph coming out of it.
Amazing. That's
my favorite.
That's awesome.
You haven't seen it.
I saw the Danny DeVito face with Phil from Hercules popping out of his head. I thought that was great.
Yes, that was so much fun.
I don't know how you could have so much talent where you could let alone draw that on a piece of paper, but then to make it look that good on somebody's body is beyond me. It's the same way
thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. It's the same thing with when I go into a brewery and I see all the tubes connected to a giant metal thing, and I'm like, all I have to do is talk, and then somebody else has to figure out all this other stuff. Like the only thing I can do sometimes is talk. And the idea of like hooking up one of those tubes, or to put like to draw the letter R on someone's arm with a tattoo gun would terrify me. So well done.
Well, talking terrifies me, so we all have our things.
We all got our things. And we're going to go into your thing, which is tattoos. And I got 5 questions for you on tattoos. I messaged you the other day. I said, what do you think about doing something like that? And you said, let's do it. And much like getting a tattoo, you've been chugging whiskey all day preparing for this, right?
Absolutely, yes.
All right, here we go. How many do you think you're going to get out of 5?
I love trivia, but I'm notoriously bad at trivia.
Sure.
So I'm going to say 3 just because I have dedicated my life to this topic, so hopefully I can at least get more than half of them.
Here we go. 3 out of 5. Let's see if Kyle can pull it off of Kyle Evans' tattoo on Instagram. Question number 1. In what film does the main character have tattoos of his memories all over his body so he doesn't forget them? Memento, the Christopher Nolan film. Are you a fan of that movie?
I've seen it maybe once a long time ago.
Yeah.
But there was a Derek comedy sketch that parodied it a long time ago that I really liked.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy to think that Derek comedy the idea of saying that was already like 15 years ago?
Yeah, that sucks.
It's nuts. I can't believe stuff's been around that long that seems brand new. But you got it, Memento. I think I saw it once and I was like, I didn't feel like it had a great payoff, like enough to be like, oh, this is a masterpiece, like a lot of people say.
Yeah.
I thought it was just okay. Here's number 2. What tattoo is shared on the faces of rappers like Lil Wayne and The Game? I know you're a big rap guy.
It's on Lil Wayne and The Game.
Yeah, it's on a lot of people's face. It's a pretty common one, but Lil Wayne and The Game happen to both have it.
Is it teardrop?
It is a teardrop tattoo. Nice job. Well done. You're 2 for 2. Now, a teardrop, that's like a prison tattoo, right? Doesn't that mean you've killed someone?
That's what I hear. Yeah. I haven't done one myself.
Would that put you would that make you cautious? You know, like you're like, somebody sits down there like, yeah, I need 3 teardrop tattoos. And you're like, what's that for, sir? And he's like, murder 3 times.
Probably wouldn't leave him alone.
Yeah, that's a good point. Question number 3. The 1981 rock album Tattoo You featured the hit song Start Me Up and Waiting on a Friend. What band's album was it?
Rolling Stones.
The Rolling Stones. You a fan of Mick Jagger and the gang?
Nope.
You know what you should do? Here's the perfect anniversary gift for your beautiful wife, Anna. You start just strutting around like Mick Jagger. Just put one of those songs on, strut around for her. I know.
It's not a terrible idea.
It's a great. You guys are into karaoke. I've seen those pictures and videos. Just kind of get into that strut. Yeah.
She just converted our basement into a karaoke lounge.
I saw that. I was following that process.
Not a bad idea.
I was really impressed with how much she cleaned because she had the before and after picture. I was like, that was a lot. She had to really clean a lot of shit and move some stuff around to make that happen. So good job.
She really did.
Very cool. Question number 4. What is Ed Hardy's first name?
Don.
It is Don. Don Ed Hardy. I never would have known that in a million life. I also didn't realize Ed Hardy was like a real guy. I thought it was just a brand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I want to get into that realm where people don't know if I'm a real guy or just a brand. You know, they're like, what's this With Buds thing? Who is this Buds guy?
Mr. With Buzz?
Yeah. I want 50 to 60-year-old men to wear my shirts to bars to feel young. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Here's number 5, your last one. You've already got 4 out of 5. Let's see if you can nail all 5. Who wrote the book, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo?
Oh, books is where you lose me. I have no idea. I'm going to say J.K. Rowling.
Oh, what if it was? What if she switched over genres for just in between Harry Potter books? She's like, what about a little crazy suspense murder? That was Stieg Larsson, Stiglarsen, who is I forget what nationality those books are, but he died before the success of the books, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really?
So I think he died like right before they blew up or something like that. Which is unfortunate. I've never seen the movies or read the books, but I hear they're great. Those are your 5 questions. You got 4 out of 5. You said you were only going to get 3, so you got 1 better than that, and a nice 4 out of 5. That's like an 80%. That's like a solid B, right?
Yeah, B minus.
Very
right?
cool. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, something like that. Kyle Evans Tattoo on Instagram. If you want to check out Kyle's work, you got to go see these characters popping out of heads. It's great. Danny DeVito, Phil from Hercules, and a lot of fun other stuff. If you like aliens, you could go see that Xenomorph, like Kyle mentioned. Kyle, anything else you want to plug? Where's your shop located?
We're in Ferndale, Michigan, which is right outside of Detroit. And it's called Future Laser Tiger.
Of course.
And everyone there rules, and we're great. Come hang out with us.
Love it.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Thanks for being on the show. Thanks for your support and friendship, and I will talk to you and the missus very soon.
Cool. Thanks so much, Ryan.
Cheers, buddy. Boom. There it was. A fun chat with who told me he was nervous, and he didn't sound that nervous. Kyle Evans Tattoo. Kyle, thanks so much for doing the show. You and Anna or Stasia, I don't know what you want to call her, but it's one of those two different names that form one super name. Thank you guys so much for listening all the way in Ellsworth, Michigan, that area. And thanks to everybody who listens all around the world. We got people in Australia. We got people in the UK. I looked up the map the other day. It said Kenya. I think Kenya is like the third country after Canada, Australia, and the UK. So thank you, Kenyans. If you're listening, I appreciate you. If you have a topic you want me to do in the future on this show, just send me an email, ryanbuds@gmail.com. I'll try and work it in. Or you can guarantee that I do a topic of your choice by donating $5 or more on patreon.com/trivia-with-buds. Lots of fun stuff coming in 2019. So happy that you're a part of it. And if you want more episodes of this show on your device every single day, just hit subscribe right now and you will get those daily. Thanks for rating, reviewing, and subscribing. We can use those reviews on iTunes. We're up to 104 right now. I'd love to get to 120 in the next couple months. Thanks for listening. Thanks for telling a friend. And we'll see you next time for more Trivia with Buds. Cheers.